Hello everyone and welcome to the video. My name is Chris and this is the start to my journey as a Pokemon vendor. For the longest time in my entire life, honestly, I've been a Pokemon fan, playing the games growing up, red, blue, and yellow, and collecting the cards. I've always had Pokemon as a part of my life, and I always joke around with people saying that there is this part in my brain that's just dedicated to Pokemon knowledge, and I haven't shaken that. I, grew up, and through work and my adult life, I've kind of left the hobby a little bit, but recently in the past couple of years coming back to some of the games on the Switch, but now recently the TCG in the last year. And so because I've been enjoying the hobby so much myself with my girlfriend and also just with people online and on social media, I thought, why not take my own step into this space? I enjoy consuming the content and watching what other people do and shedding positivity and light into what can be a little bit of a polarizing hobby. So this is my step into that space. Today is June 18th, 2026, and I have my first show this Saturday, June 20th, here in Michigan. And so I have a lot of things to unpack, unbox, and get ready for the show, and I want to take you guys with me as I prepare for my first ever card show. Okay, here we go. So I am an Army veteran. I served active duty for 6 years, got out of active duty, and moved to Austin, Texas from North Carolina. There I started my own media business, which I still own and operate now, in which I film, photograph, and do any type of media work for athletes, runners, fitness and wellness brands, and that's mainly what I do for myself. So right here we have counterfeit money markers. Definitely heard horror stories about counterfeit money. And we also have this is 200 top loaders. After a year of living in Austin, Texas, I decided to move up here to Michigan to be with my girlfriend. We have been long distance at that point for about 3.5, 4 years, and moving up here ended our long distance. I believe these are acrylic signs that I will use to hang my branding and signage, Venmo, other payment links. Excuse me while we have a visitor. Everyone say hello to Appa, our British short hair, named after the one and only flying bison from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He'll probably make a couple appearances in a lot of these videos. But I moved up here to Michigan, and the scope of work and what I've been doing has been a little different. So instead of full-time media work, I've been doing a lot more part-time, one-off stuff since I have been here. Aside from that, I am back in service in the United States Army Reserve, where I serve as a public affairs officer, and currently that is part-time, 1 weekend a month, about 14 to 29 days in the year of training, and some other stuff in between, but that keeps my life pretty busy as well. So nonetheless, I have time when I'm home in between to kind of do as I want and do as I please, and why not fill another space in my time with an expensive hobby turned into a business. I think we have here, I'm struggling so hard here. This is just a dummy battery for my camera here that will be used to plug in so I can run my camera and record all my vendor POVs, hopefully this Saturday. And this, I don't even know. Oh, these, you can't see them now, but these are card risers for my display cases, so the cards will sit up a little higher so people can see them. Won't take these out just yet. So between the Army Reserve, my own business being a little bit more part-time right now, I thought, why not dive into a hobby that I love and start a business out of it too. I have gained a pretty significant collection over the last year or so of my own, and so a lot of inventory is coming from that. But then I just thought, I gotta get rid of some of this stuff, don't need it all, and so why not turn it into inventory that I can sell and get into the vending space. These are 8-foot tablecloths, fitted tablecloths, because I think tablecloths provide just an elevated experience, elevated look to your setup, regardless of, you know, it's just such a small thing that just elevates your setup. So really glad I got these, and hopefully can fit on smaller 6-foot tables as well, which I heard is pretty common. Now time for the big boys. So unfortunately my camera was completely out of focus when I unboxed the cases. However, we have a black display case from Amazon. I really like it. Opens up by 3 latches here on the side, opens sideways, and has these locking arms that if I wanted to keep the display up, I can keep it up like that. And then for the pièce de résistance, the almost industry standard of cases for card vending, I got myself a Zion case, because one of the biggest tips that people mentioned was that they regret not investing in a good case in the beginning, or just having one in general. So I thought, why not get one, at least for now. I got the vertical version with the risers. So after I take this film off, it's easy to view cards from the front. I'll have risers in here to be able to elevate the cards for viewing. Peel this film off, hopefully that's a little bit more satisfying. Couldn't make it happen. All right, that's not bad. And then the other side. Ready? 3, 2, 1. See, that is a nice piece right there. You can't even see it. You barely see it in the camera. What do those videos usually say? For my male audience. Yeah. All right, let's try to get this in one peel. Yeah, there's one. There we go. Now that we have both cases out and most of the equipment, let's go get a table and set all this stuff up and see how it looks. First, a table. And I know at most card shows, there will be either 6-foot or 8-foot tables available. This weekend, I have an 8-foot, but I only have a 6-foot table. So I'm gonna practice with this and see what we're working with. Always make sure your table legs are locked. That's solid, and we'll back up the camera a little bit. First, tablecloth. This doesn't look bad. Leg pocket. Appa's getting involved here. Thanks for helping, buddy. I think I might bring a lint roller to the first show, just in case Appa hair gets all over. All right, 8-foot tablecloth. Looking good on a 6-foot. I like it. I can rock with that. Here we have case number 1. I think that would fit well like that, or we could put it sideways. I think we'll do this. We'll do that for now, so we have room. Yeah, I like that. And then case number 2, I have a binder that I will put here. Prop this bad boy up. Perfect, that looks good. And ideally, I'll probably just lift this up and down every time someone wants to see something. Someone is already enjoying the Zion case. He probably thinks it's a cage or something. Appa, you like the Zion case? I think he does. All right, buddy, you gotta get off. How cool would it be if you could come vend with me and get all the sales? I have one binder that will go ideally here in the middle. Then I need to have a space for my camera tripod on one of these corners. I think it's gonna be that one. Not sure how that looks, but I think this is the best setup I can get with a 6-foot table. I'm a little worried about the tripod for this table specifically because it's not exactly straight because the table doesn't have a fully flat bottom. So it's pinching and it's leaning, I'm sure because the camera's a little heavy, but we'll see. I'm a little worried about that, and also if someone else is vending next to me, I'm not exactly sure if they're gonna like that encroaching on their space. So we'll see how that goes. But I think generally, this is the setup that I could work with. I think I'm ready to become a Pokemon vendor. One of the things that the scalpers say, oh, buying? Yes, I'm buying. I'll pay you 25% for all of your cards. Oh, you want a coin flip? $0 or $10,000? Let's do it. Oh, looking at all your really expensive, valuable cards, they all look in damaged condition to me. I'll pay you 10 bucks for them. Oh, all this sealed product here, I waited in line at Target since 3 in the morning yesterday to come and sell these to make $5 a box. Just kidding, guys. Those are the things that I hear from these crazy, outrageous videos sometimes. But note for show day, these plexiglass cases pick up a lot of dust and especially cat hair in this house. Wonder where that's coming from. But we'll bring a microfiber cloth or something to clean these the day of, and probably bring a lint roller for the tablecloth too. So that'll be a note for the first show. So far, so good. I am so happy that all of my products and orders came in on time before the show. I'm excited to have my own products and cases, especially the Zion case, because that thing is gorgeous. Honestly, I understand why all of the vendors use them now. But now I wanted to take this time to go over how I invested my money in the last 2 weeks to prepare for this show and what my plan and approach is going into this Saturday. So starting out with inventory and cards. I did 2 Facebook Marketplace deals. The first one was $900 worth of cards, and I purchased it for $680 cash, and I bought that around 75%. And then the next one was $955 worth of cards, and I bought it for $690 cash at around 72%. And I'm incredibly thankful. I had great interactions, great communication with these Facebook sellers, because you never know what you're going to get into, but as long as I communicated well, they did as well. And we met up at a police department both times, and it was a great sale. So in total, that is $1,855 worth of purchased inventory that I bought for $1,370. I added my own inventory of about 1,730 raw singles and $302 worth of slabs, bringing my current inventory total to around $3,887 as of today's market. So from what I've heard, you kind of want $1,000 to $5,000 worth of inventory depending on your show. I think the show I'm going to is a little smaller, so I think I might have overdone it a little bit, but I'm glad to have done 2 really great deals, getting cards at 75% or lower to be able to have for my inventory. My goods and supplies overall, between additional camera equipment, not the camera itself, but the tripod, a couple of quick release plates, this battery that I need to have for the camera, plus the acrylic signs, the top loaders, the tablecloths, all the other like vending materials, that total was around $673. And I took out, the camera accessories and some of the other products, but essentials I spent around $289 additional dollars on. So invested a little bit of money into starting this business up, but I'm in it for the long haul. I want to build this as I go forward as a Pokemon card vendor. As of right now, I just have this one show booked, but my plan is to at least have one show on the calendar every single month as my schedule with work, life, military allows. But there are weekly local card shows that aren't as big, but seem to get some traction around the Detroit, Michigan area. And so I hope to be able to attend those and see if I can get out there on a weekly basis, because I'm usually free during the week, or I can make my own schedule, make myself free during the week. And I think that would be a great potential target of opportunity. So now that I have all my materials and supplies, I've already marked and tagged a lot of my cards. The last thing I need to do tomorrow, the day before, is price out all my cards so I can get as close to market and be accurate as much as possible. And just need to price things out. I need to see how I want to place them all in the case, whether that's by era, whether it's by type, whether by price, similar Pokemon together. Not sure yet, but I'm really excited to see how that is going to look. So lastly for this video, I want to talk about my goals as a vendor. First, I want to have a positive reason to get out there in the Pokemon community, and I want to be that positive reason. In this hobby, things can be a little bit of hostile sometimes, and people can take it a little too seriously or make it too much about the money. And like all these big positive creators on social media. I want to be a positive light in this space. I want to remind people that this is supposed to be fun, and whether that's in an interaction, a transaction, or just meeting people and enjoying the hobby of collecting our favorite Pokemon together, that is something that it has to be first and constant. That is the most important thing. In parallel and second to that is, of course, being profitable in this business. It should make sense that it should be worth my time to do so, that I am building some kind of profit and help contributing to my life and not just losing money out there, but doing so in a positive and constructive way that makes this time worth it for me, because I want to enjoy this, but simultaneously I want to make sure that I can grow the business and do more things, do more shows, and enjoy it simultaneously. And 3 is to really just have reasons to just meet people in this space. As an adult, I think sometimes we could be a little reluctant or shy to tell people that we love Pokemon, as someone who's almost 30 years old, but I have no shame with it anymore, really. I was telling a friend about it this week, and I was excited to tell them about it. They were asking me about the cards and that they used to watch and love Pokemon, and I was happy and ecstatic to share this with someone that even isn't involved in the space and hobby anymore. And so I hope that I can kind of bring out this inner youth in not just myself but in other people, just to talk about it and enjoy it a little more, because I do a lot of serious things in my life, and this is an opportunity for me to do something fun, a little less serious, but then also have it contribute to my life, because everyone needs a way to make a living or just add things to theirs. So that's it. I am excited to do my first show. I am nervous. I am nervous because I'm going to an area that I'm not as familiar with. I'm not exactly sure how the show is going to go. I don't know if I'll freeze up on camera or freeze up in these interactions, because I've never vended or attended a bigger card show before. I am relying on my instincts. I'm relying on my preparation and just, the good nature of who I am to go out there and hopefully meet some cool people, make some sales, enjoy some collections and moments together, and enjoy this hobby as it should be. So this is my start to my vending journey. Please follow this page, subscribe, and follow me on other social media pages at Trainer G Cards, wherever you can. I appreciate you watching this video if you stuck around this far, and I'll see you in the next video, which should be at my first card show.